per man, 1 diathlete per mankind.
It's been 56 years since those iconic words were spoken, 53 since the last person was on the moon. But that is about to change. NASA's latest program is called the Artemis program. Its goal? To re-establish human contact on the moon for the first time since 1972. The long-term goal is to establish a permanent base on the moon to facilitate human missions to Mars. Artemis is the god of the hunt, after all. But why now, after 50 plus years?
All right, let's burn this, let's rewrite everything, and let's start all over.
Space Race 2.0 is on. CLEP is the Chinese Lunar Exploration Program. It's already successfully completed robotic missions to the moon and plans to send astronauts there by 2030. This is a concern for NASA, who want to re-establish lunar contact or possibly be subjected to a moon closed sign from China.
Tiger, can't sit here.
NASA has another nation in its corner helping out. Japan. And JAXA, the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, is using its scientists, along with Toyota engineers, to create the Lunar Cruiser. The Lunar Cruiser is the nickname given to the crewed, pressurized lunar rover that astronauts will use to explore more of the moon than ever before. To celebrate this joint project, and to help celebrate the 40th anniversary of Transformers, Takara in 2024 released a very special toy. This is Lunar Cruiser Prime. Let's get it. Okay, gang, let's take a look at the box as usual. And these Takara boxes are always a little bit special. First off, they have the black outer box that they come in, which means this inner box is usually in pristine condition. And right away, we are struck by the Japanese text, especially the legal stuff on the bottom here. Now on the front, here we have Optimus in both modes. And he's standing on the surface of the moon, very nice touch. And the Earthlings just looking on in the background there. We're gawking back there. On the side, we have Optimus in a running pose. And on the back, we have Optimus floating there with the moon as the backdrop. Very nice. And we're blessed with a whole lot of pictures of his features and the contents. Whoops. On this side, we have Prime in his vehicle mode with a side view. And on the top, Transformers Lunar Cruiser Prime. Well, there he is, guys. Let's get him out of there. Okay, first impressions, and he arrives in vehicle mode, so let's start there, guys. He feels quite hefty for his size, and the vehicle mode just simply feels very solid as well. But most importantly, this looks like a model of the Lunar Cruiser. There's a couple of panels here, and a couple of the white plastics don't quite match, but that's the only thing giving it away that Optimus Prime is hiding in there. Well, other than the matrix of leadership, of course. Quite successful in my opinion. And first impressions in robot mode, guys, he has a surprising amount of height for that small cruiser mode he was in. He's lanky and expressive. The joints especially are all very, very buttery. Although the color for Optimus, it's a little dull for an Optimus Prime, isn't it? Although he does have that space aesthetic. Other than that, he has a little bit of loose kibble on his legs because of some tabs that aren't quite sufficient to hold him in place. That's the only complaint I've seen so far, but I'm sure that will come up again. Let's get into articulation. And articulation for this figure is good with some limitations, okay? So the shoulder is really solid, can go all the way around and feels really good with some restriction. The ratcheted elbow feels very solid as well. There's an upper bicep rotation, there's hand rotation, and it can close on a single hinge. His head is on a ball joint, has a good amount of movement, and can go all the way around. The hip, with a little bit of kibble, but can go all the way around. No problem at all. The leg goes forward all the way on a solid joint. It's restricted right here in the back, so you don't get much movement there. Can go all the way to the side on a very solid ratchet joint right there. The knee is a fantastic double hinge that feels extremely buttery, but with this kind of kibble in the back that's loose, it's kind of wasted there. The leg rotates at the hip, and a good amount of ankle tilt there too. All right, let's transform Lunar Cruiser Prime. First, we're going to take his satellite off here, and he comes in robot mode, or comes in vehicle mode, sorry. And so you just have to kind of find the places where he comes apart. And I find it's easier right here. These two pots right there, and then these things on the side. You can get those out, then you are in business. This side too, a little bit harder because this thing's here. But we'll get it out eventually. That thing right, and we'll get it out. There we go. Now we can just slide that down and get it out of the way. Perfect. Now we're going to go to the back, guys. Pull this part up. Get the shell. We can take the whole thing up. Bring this antenna down to the side while we're at it here. There's a couple of double hinges here on these. Bring those up on both sides. Now we can bring this back down and kind of get it out of the way a little bit. All right, now we're in business. Now let's bring it around and unhook these legs a little bit here. So to do that, these two little things right here, you're gonna bring them up. They're wonderful, they lock the whole thing into place. And now you can undo this tab, break the legs apart, and now you should be able to take, just be careful of the kibble, careful of the legs all the way down. And same on this side, legs all the way down. Perfect. Now we're going to do a unique transformation in the back here, guys, where we're going to take this wheel, bring it down like this, and then in. Very cool. And then we can bring this whole assembly up and lock it into that little tab. Mine doesn't work that well. Bring this closed and do it to the other side too. So we're going to take this wheel, slide it down like this, and then bring it in. Perfect. Now we're going to take this whole assembly up, click it right there. There we have the legs. Now we will go to this double hinge here and bring it all the way down, rock it, and there we have the hips in place. Perfect. Now let's bring these guys down here. There's two side panels that will allow us to grab the arms. Bring the arms out. Perfect. Now that we're here, we'll take this chest assembly, push this in, and bring it down, and look at that. Optimus's head just pops up, and you can grab it and bring it up. Perfect. Now we're going to work on the arms, guys. We're going to take this whole panel, bring it up and around, and there's a spot where it goes in. And let's do the same thing to the other side. Panel, bring it all the way around, and it locks into place for his arms. And we'll get those straightened, and then we'll put these little things up. His antenna. All right, and the last thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to go to the back here, and we're going to take these two spots, put it all together, and they very uniquely hold it into place, so he has a little backpack there. Pretty sweet. And there is a Lunar Cruiser Prime. Okay guys, a couple of vehicle mode comparisons. There is the Cruiser next to his space brethren, Cosmos. And Autobot Red Alert. And a couple of robot mode comparisons, guys. There's our Space Brothers, Cosmos and Lunar Cruiser Prime. And there's Autobot Red Alert. And a couple of positives here, guys. The first one is the engineering. The engineering in this thing is fantastic, especially in vehicle mode. Everything clicks into place extremely well. Lovely. It looks like the Lunar Cruiser. Almost exactly. What a great job they did modeling this thing. There is some fun, interesting transformation happening with this guy too. It's really cool. And a couple of nitpicks from this figure, guys. The leg kibble in the back, it's pretty loose. There is a tab here that you can push into really hard. It will go in a little bit, but any movement, it just pops right out. It's kind of frustrating. I have a small defect on my tire here. All right, well, final thoughts on Lunar Cruiser Prime, guys. I might have a bit more perspective opening this 2024 release amongst the Age of the Primes line here in 2025. And it makes me love this figure even more. It's not quite masterpiece quality, but the attention to detail is very much on point. I kind of wish the robot mode had a bit more color, was a bit more splashy, looked a bit more like Optimus. But it's surprisingly lanky and posable with fantastic joints. But the vehicle mode is really where this figure shines. It really does look like the Lunar Cruiser, making it a very unique part of your collection, especially if you collect Optimus Primes. Well, that's it, guys. I think this is a 40th anniversary gem. But what's your opinion on Lunar Cruiser Prime? Let me know in the comments. And if you dug what you saw today, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more. I'll see you next time on Dan's Vintage Toy Chest. Until then, play on.